Okay. Apparently we're live. Hopefully it won't cut out.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Right. Okay. Let's get this up. Oh, no, not that one. Bam. Dev plays villain campaign. There we go. Got it on the screen, and let's see. Okay, we're still missing. We're still missing Graham, and we're still missing Juice, but I think Graham's jumping on now. I think he's just trying to get something sorted. And I have no idea what Juice is, but I'm hoping that they'll join soon. But we haven't a moment to lose, so I'll just quickly recap. So, last time that we were in this, you guys were missing two of your party members, and obviously you needed to find a way to fill in that gap. So, to do so, War came and said that he could actually help you with that, taking you to a location known as the Obfuscated Obelisk, a large skyscraper that was buried by a spatial and telepathic user who then created a special psychic dome around it. Whilst anything that was in there, it would then expand massively so that there was more space for people to move around, almost like an entire underground little town inside of a huge skyscraper. At the bottom, the owner set up a large dome where people can fight it out, and for some reason, they're able to be healed or regenerated immediately after nearly dying. And once you guys were pretty much just given the all look around, as after a new contender known as Leah finished her match, the spotlights shone on all of you as it seemed that you were being watched by someone from up above. When it was being made rather obvious that you were being watched by not just the usual forces of the crowd, but also whoever owned the place, he revealed himself and asked if the current members of the party would like to try their hand at fighting his 6 champions. However, there was only 5 of them at the time, until a man named Lucas, who is currently working on the entertainment floor, stood in and stated that he would like to give it a try. So far, there have been 4 matches, with the victory going to Leah after defeating Hazazel, the victory going to Lucas after defeating Joanna, and the victory going to Bartholomew after defeating Isaac. However, sadly, a victory has not been possible for Toxie after being defeated in only 2 blows from the man named Mercury. But we now come back to the next match. But something has gone awry. During this moment, there seems to be a kerfuffle on the other side of the dome. Most of you are sort of just trying to recover or heal away from any of the particular problems that you guys have been ailed with over the last few days. But one particular thing that is sort of bothering you is you guys are mostly healed up and you have no damage whatsoever, but you swear that you heard someone say to you that the match was going to start very soon. War has now joined you, despite the fact that he said that he was going to be in with the owner in the special owner's suite. As he then states, well, the next match apparently is going to be yours, Talos. I thought I'd come down. I mean, I finally get to see what a Zayton new generation looks like. I'm actually quite excited. You're going up against Nargard, whatever his deal is.
Well, that is an unusual name.
Hopefully we'll find out soon enough. There's still some strange chattering and yammering. You see quite a lot of hyperactivity going off in the other sort of area until finally a person steps out. It is a wraith, or also known as a stalker, a husk with pale greyish skin, rather thin and around about the size of about 3 meters tall. Rather large chap, this guy. Almost zero muscle on this dude's body as he screams out to what you believe must be the announcer. I just realised the entire time my frickin' voice changer was on. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. Like, how long has that been on?
I don't know actually.
I didn't
notice.
notice.
I didn't
Oh
notice.
no! Oh no!
I think
I
it might have just been
You guys-
affecting the recording.
Oh no!
I thought you had a cold.
Bollocks. Well, that was silly. That was really, really silly. That was absolutely annoying. Right. Okay, you guys might be able to hear it now, but I've changed it back to the original one because I had it on my voice mod thing. So, okay, well, pretty much, just to throw this out there now, if you liked hearing that way, there you go. But pretty much, Ward just says the reason that he's here is because he's interested in watching Talos, because Talos is supposed to be the same level of danger as, well, himself and the other four horsemen. So he wants to see this fight. However, a person who has come out has now basically started screaming at the announcer from inside of the dome, as he states this. I am no longer waiting for my opponent. Nargod will be going after mine. I wish to fight my opponent next.
I'll just sort of look over at War and say, I guess he's mine?
I assume so. Well, it seems, folks, there's been a change of schedule. Since Nargod has actually now been overtaken by, this folk. I guess he's going next. So I guess we'll choose. I guess his opponent is coming in now. Bring on Natural Disaster Storm.
Alright. I guess I will head into the arena just sort of shaking my head like this guy.
Kick his ass, Blitzkrieg!
As you start walking towards them, the cage, I want to point out, remember, the inside of this cage, it felt like as if there was an entire space of like 400 to 500 meters radius of this thing. It is now shrunk drastically to around about 30 meters wide and about 20 meters tall. Whilst you are walking up to this creature, it then continues to start just screaming as he says, I have wanted to fight for too long. I've been waiting way too long, and now I get to fight. This guy, I'm assuming his name is Storm. If that's your name.
So, we've just had a minor snafu where my character sheet that I just opened appears to have lost all its data.
Oh no.
What?
Can anything go right today?
No.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I still remember most of it. I'll just have to... You'll hear me frantically typing.
Okay. Very well. I hope you remember most of it.
I do.
This should hopefully remind everyone. Best to have a backup.
Always have a hard copy.
Always,
Yep, that's
always
pen
have
and
a hard
paper.
copy. Yes. Well,
Yeah.
let's hope that this isn't too bad. This isn't going well. This session already.
yeah. How do you think I feel? I've got thunder and lightning behind me right now. I'm just sort of like I'm praying that the power doesn't go off.
Oh no. Well, if we suddenly
A
lose you,
storm's
we know.
brewing.
It's actually sunny, like perfectly sunny over here.
Really? It's just me?
I think so.
God, are you listening? Screw you.
Okay, right. Let's give this a try. So the announcer then just pretty much says, well, in this corner we have the Natural Disaster Storm, a new up-and-comer from the team that brought you Talos and Toxie. Well, this guy is pretty unknown in the most records, but yes, Here he is, Storm. And then over here we have Leecher, our champion of the Huskonian front. He's the second Huskonian champion in this arena to actually have won most of his matches. Most? I lost to like one of the other champions, dude. Like, come on. Ugh. Just start the match already. Okay, jeez, you don't have to be. Yes. Begin your match. As now, roll for your move speed.
Alright, fortunately I remember my bonus for that.
That is very fortunate.
It was plus 20.
No, it was not.
There isn't a plus 20.
I know. I distinctly remember you had to roll two d20s.
Or is the maximum you get plus 16, I think.
15 on move speed is the maximum you can get.
Whoa!
That's what I meant.
I've literally never rolled that high in my entire life.
If you're the Flash, you'd be moving that fast.
Okay, so
he
that's
is. He's like-
that is
Oh.
your roll. So 18 is your go first.
Alright. Well, so this guy's a wraith, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and try and activate the old lightning form.
Okay.
And succeed.
Indeed it does, but for how many turns?
Oh wait, did you level it up so you? Oh, 4.
Yeah, I'm. Hang on. Let me just see. No, that is the next level
Ah,
of my
right.
power. Next level of my power, because I remember what levels I had in my powers.
Do you also remember how many buffs you took?
Yes, I remember what abilities and buffs I took for each level.
Okay, do you know how much damage that you actually deal?
Yeah, I have to scroll up because of. Oh right, there's the header. So I took 2 buffs, and the base damage is a D6, I believe, right?
If you took 2 buffs, then yeah, that would be a D10, which means that you don't have to roll a D4 for your time limit. You can roll a D6
Okay.
or a D8.
Ooh.
I did not realize that. Okay. Yeah, one more. So then I would like. How far away is he?
You guys are standing about 10 meters between each other, so well within your move speed and within your lightning powers range to actually hit him.
Right. Yeah, I think for now, I am going to just from range try and blast him.
Okay. Roll
So-
it.
So that'll be SP.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that doesn't work, as, like, you sort of, like, attempt to, like, throw your arm out, and, like, no extra lightning comes from your physical body, as he's just, like, watching you. As the announcer just says, "In an incredible turn of events, it turns out that Storm is a lightning mimic. Oh, there hasn't been many of those around recently, so it's good to see a nice fight with a mimic once in a while. What will Leecher do against his lightning body? As he just looks at you and just sort of watches you as you sort of attempt to throw out that lightning bolt, nothing happens. Yeah, okay, you're not really fooling me. That didn't exactly work out the way that you wanted it to, did it? Such a shame. Alright. I'll give this a try. As he sort of like has his hand open, as his sort of hand, as his sort of fingers start sort of like going flaccid, just on the end of his wrist. He then opens it up and he basically leaps towards you and attempts to slap you.
Well,
What would you like to do reactively?
let's see. If I try to fight back, I have to roll higher, right? Or do I just have to roll a success?
Yes, you have to roll higher. As any kind of reaction ability must get equal to or higher than the opponent.
Okay. Well, I only have a chance at rolling equal to if I roll SP. If I try to dodge, I can't. So
If you get a natural 20, that will still count as a success, but yes.
okay. Well, it either way, I have to roll a natural 20. So I'm going to go with the thing that benefits from a natural 20.
Fair enough.
Oh my god!
Nice.
I.
As
No, I
like,
didn't
his
even have
hand,
to help with that.
as his hand is about to come down, you sort of just strike through with lightning as you like just pierce through him. Roll damage.
Alright.
Nice. And there we go. As like he sort of like ran up to you, attempt to slap you, and then boosh! He didn't even notice your arm sort of move up and immediately like shoot him with the lightning. As it looked like, well, it literally looked like your arm teleported in front of you and a lightning strike just happened instantaneously. As he sort of like recoils back, he's like 5 meters away from you as he's sort of like clutching his chest. As he's like sort of almost like finding it hard to breathe for a second, and then just sort of catches his breath. As it is now your turn.
Alright. So since it is now my turn, let me just see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and so he's like right up in close range to me, right?
Yeah, he's literally just like in front of you.
Okay. Well, that saves me the trouble of having to right. I'm going to try and zap him again.
Okay.
Alright, and I'll just get ready in case he...
No, definitely. Damn.
Oh, this guy is not having a good time.
for this one moment.
Yeah, as he strike you again with a nice chunk of lightning. As he just
Oh wait,
again
did he
attempts
take
to
double damage?
No.
Oh no,
No.
he doesn't. Right. Okay.
There we go.
Alright, and...
That's the end of your turn, since that was your attack. As he's
Alright.
sort of like, again, just like sort of shocked for a second.
Quite literally.
Okay, you need to stop doing that. as he attempts to go for his next attack. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. And I have to roll for this one as well. You have to beat the 16.
Okay.
Again, as he goes for his hand, as he tries to slap you.
Can I try and reactively lightning dash behind him?
You... I don't think so, unless if lightning dash is reactive, but I don't know if it is.
You can use a react.
Oh, well, in that case, yes. But obviously you have to get the roll requirement, and the roll requirement has to be higher than his roll.
Nope.
No.
I just get hit.
As he brings his hand down, as he slaps you, everyone who's watching this imagines just a huge crack, but instead his hand phases through your body, and he lets out this unbelievable scream of agony and pain as the electricity surges through his entire right arm. Which, remembering suddenly as you sort of like flinch for a second as his hand just goes through your body, you just remember, oh yeah, I'm lightning, physical immunity, baby.
I figured he had animite damage.
No, he did not. However, as soon as you're sort of like, oh, okay, that's perfect, you suddenly notice a really weird woozy feeling. You didn't get hit by that punch, but your body feels a little upset, almost like as if you ate something bad, and that horrible sort of stomach uncertainty feeling, but throughout the entire part of the body that he hit you with. Again, you didn't take any physical damage, it's not like as if it'll bruise you or anything, but something ain't quite right.
Right.
And that matched your vitality, not broke it, so you don't have to worry. It's now your turn.
Alright. I would like to... did I take damage from that?
Yes, yeah, I'm don't worry, I'm recording it. You took 10 points.
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear because you made it sound a little iffy.
Yes. Meta, yes, you did. In-game, you're not quite sure what happened, because you feel weird, but you don't feel like as if you've been hurt or injured.
Alright, I am going to go ahead and I am going to create a lightning weapon.
Okay.
Actually, how long would that last?
Indefinitely until it's either actually taken out of your hand or
Okay.
destroyed, or you disempower it or whatever.
Alright. So I have that now.
Yep. As you create
So
a
that
blade of some sort.
Yep, that's 5 damage.
Okay.
If I'm understanding the rules as written
Absolutely.
correctly.
Yes, yeah.
And I would like to make an attack with it.
Okay, go for it. Yep, no, you're definitely hitting this dude. Man, his reactions are not good. Roll for damage, which is obviously, well, 1.5 times your normal one. D10 plus 5.
Whew!
Bloody hell. Okay, well, either way, I did a lovely chunk of damage as you slash or pierce at him, as he just sort of recoils again. And then he sort of looks really, like really, really angry with you for just a second, as he then sort of like brings his arm back round, leans back a bit, and then just full on just tries to like go on the offensive with another slap.
Ooh.
Again, you're trying to beat just the 23. The first roll is always the one that you're trying to beat.
Okay. The second one, I assume, is him trying to activate his powers.
Maybe.
Right. I'm going to, again, try and zap behind him. Alright,
Sadly, that does not work. As he goes to strike you again, it passes through your entire body. Again, it's like, man, if I was solid, this would really frickin' hurt, because his hand moved past through your entire body faster than you could even react to him, like, moving his body at all. It's like as if he just came down and went past through you at almost like nearly the speed of sound, and you didn't even notice it until his hand went past you. Again, he is electrocuted for half of your maximum damage. By the way, I've been keeping count of this, don't worry.
Yep.
Which then puts him to that. Okay, there we go. However, his ability does activate, which means you now take 11 points of damage. Roll me either endurance or SP.
Hang on, I need to correctly put my health in. There we go.
I've got 27 and a vitality.
Ooh, that's not good.
No. You notice your body getting weaker and weaker, and suddenly your powers just suddenly kick for a second. In that split second, your lightning form is dispersed, as you are now back into your human form.
Alright, that's fine.
You now have, for the next D4 turns, okay, so one turn, you have what's known as mimicry fatigue. You will not be able to use your powers that have anything to do with your mimicry abilities without a disadvantage, unless if you roll and use up one of your actions to roll an endurance, and you must succeed the requirement that was required. So basically you need to get a 10 or above on endurance.
Right. Got no modifier on this. I fail. So I assume that also applies to the lightning weapon I created?
Sadly, yes.
Yep. Okay. Right. In that case, I am going to What's the ground made out of? Is it just like tile or something?
It's just basically rock and dirt.
Okay.
With a bit of sand.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna try and throw some of it in his face.
Okay. That would be, I guess, a dexterity or accuracy. If you have accuracy.
I do. So here it comes.
Ooh.
Oof.
Unbelievable.
However, I'm afraid of something, one very specific thing. Okay. That's alright. Yeah, no, so you throw sand at him. It does, in fact, get in his face.
Goes into his brain with that roll.
I will roll for con, which is just 20. Okay, so with that roll, I'll say the difference between that is 25. Got 10, so that's 2. So that would be a d6 of turns. Okay, so for the next
That's
round,
all I needed.
he has a disadvantage on any of his particular abilities that he has to do that require hitting or dodging from you. as it is still your turn. Actually, that was the first action of your turn. Yeah.
No, the first one was trying to make the endurance.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I chose Pocket Sand instead of just running away twice.
No, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Okay. So you're trying to beat me with underhanded tactics because my abilities outmatch yours. Very well. But I bet you didn't already understand that I have something up my sleeve. Something that I have been saving just for such an occasion. Now, Mr. Storm, was it? I'm about to show you why I am one of the champions of this place. I hope you're paying attention.
Oh no.
As he basically just cuts the back of his head, and fingers start appearing from the back of his skull. As these fingers
that
start...
was an SP check, not an attack.
Yep. As his fingers start, like, bursting out, they then just rip his head in half and start tearing down his entire body as a new form of him comes out. As he entirely sheds his old body, he just looks down at you and starts laughing.
Okay, so you can heal any damage I deal to you.
Not just any damage, sir. Almost all of your damage. And look, my eyes are perfectly clean. However,
Since that is the end of his turn, it is now yours, because that was a healing roll.
Right. I'm gonna try something that I've only tried once before and it failed.
Okay.
But it's pretty obvious that it's the only way I'm gonna beat this guy. I'm gonna start by...
More sand.
No, I'm gonna start by trying to get myself into... Actually, no, I'm gonna try and make myself yet another lightning rapier.
Nice, okay.
And then, unfortunately, since I'm not in mimic form, I do not get to use my SP to attack with this, but I do still get to use Dex, which is almost as good. And I am going to try and just go for the heart.
Okay, okay. Okay. You know, I'll be nice. I won't do that. I won't do that specific roll. I'll do this specific roll.
Well,
Okay.
it didn't matter now, did it?
No, and the reason why he's rolling double is because you said something very important. You said you're going to roll dexterity. This man has super dex. As you go to stab him, he brings his hand back and lets loose a very largely fast slap. As you attempt to stab him, he hits you before you even do so, as he hits you square in the face. I'm now just going to check the damage on this one.
Come on, minimum damage.
Okay. Again, relatively, this isn't nice, but this is the weakest attack that he can do. 13. Roll me
I'm down.
Fortitude.
Alright.
Okay. There we go. As this guy smacks you right in the side with his left hand, you sort of like you stop for a second as your body continues walking, and then just slowly tries to thrust forward, completely missing because the guy is fairly a little bit off to the side from that. As your body keeps moving, everyone else is seeing this, as you then collapse after of which the sword dissipates in your hand. as then there is silence amongst the entirety of the dome. Those who are watching, and those who are not only watching, but also hoping for something to happen. Your teammates, as they watch on, see this, and I want to point out to all of you who watch this, you hear the unmistakable crack as his hand smacks his flesh for the very first time. You notice that when he was moving, it was just the sheer constant of his body continuing to move because he wanted to more than anything, and his body wouldn't give up even though that he was still unconscious. Well, there we have it! Our winner, the champion, Leecher! As a snap is heard, you awaken, Blitzcannon.
Yep.
As you are expected to leave, Leecher also does so without a word spoken to you.
I will, and I'll when I get back into like the team booth or whatever, I'm just going to sit next to Toxie.
Yeah, we're both sitting there, just like, you know,
We're in
I'm
the loser
insulting.
corner.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
We're in the bad matchup corner.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
we're
am
just
sitting
sitting
right
face
beside
to
you, even though I won.
So, Joe, when you said that there was one matchup that was like very iffy, was this the one you were talking about?
There was one matchup that was really bad, and there was one matchup that was really iffy, and this was not that one.
Oh no.
This
No,
one,
mine
I
was
want to
the
point
bad
this
one.
out. I knew that this guy was going to give you trouble only due to your amount of health. Because of the way that you were tricksy with the way that your abilities worked, I knew that you would actually still give him a run for his money. It's just that the fact that, again, since I randomly rolled all this guy's abilities, he had life drain, which means that if his hand passes through something, and it is technically a living thing, he can still absorb its health, meaning that he was negating the damage that you were dealing passively. So he was electrocuting his hand, but then immediately regenerating each time. Plus, he then had regenerative shedding, so he literally had 2 healing powers.
Jeez. Yeah.
It was stacked against
Like,
you.
Yeah.
There was a lot of natural 20s in there.
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
if
you did very well with that.
if I had realized that he was healing from like attacking me earlier, I would have just gone for the heart.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Because like I've got this, one move that's basically a guaranteed kill if it hits. But
at the same time, it pins you very close to your opponent, and you were also fighting a close quarters combat user.
yeah.
Hey, don't worry. Don't worry. We're in the losers' corner together.
War then just says to you, like from the other side of the dome, I'd like to speak to you in private, if you've got the time.
Well, yeah. Wish I'd realized he was gonna be that tough an opponent. I would have just gone for a one-shot from the start.
I think that's usually how most things go, isn't that right, Toxie? Oh, looks like you're up. And in this corner, we have the last of his kind. The final champion, who will take back, hopefully, at least a draw. A victory may not be possible for these champions, but it's most certainly possible to take it away from these partygoers. Bringing in Nargod versus the one, the only newcomer, the natural disaster Force, also known as Talos. As the crowd just goes fucking mental, and War just goes, alright, show me what you got. I want to see some baths of blood.
Yeah, I don't really do blood much, but okay.
As you go in, the arena shapes and changes. The area is suddenly at least 160 meters wide and tall. As you walk in, there's this rather, tall guy. He's at least, 6'5" or so. He's, all these fans are screaming at him, and he's, waving his, cauliflower hands. He's clearly, very obviously built like a, complete brick shithouse. He is muscle. As just walking out very confidently. Now, what would you like to do as you've entered the arena and you're now walking towards the center?
I should... I don't know, I should probably power up a bit.
What do you mean by power up a bit?
I should probably use telekinetic skin.
I'm going to say you can't use that right now.
It makes sense if I float in there, right?
Yeah. If you want to use telekinetic flight, you can do that, because that's usually how you travel.
Yes.
Are you going to roll for it? Actually, no, you've already got 50.
I don't need...
Yeah, you've got 50.
Yeah.
No, it's trivialized, sorry. So, as you both sort of walk in and, stare at each other, this guy just looks at you and goes, "Hey, no hard feelings if I win, right?"
I'm not sure how I would feel about you winning.
Well, let's just put it this way. Your people have already made an embarrassment out of my entire team. Quite frankly, I think all of them should be immediately excommunicated from this place. Their memories wiped and completely left on the side of the dumpsters of society. But, at the same time, I also see that you are quite powerful. Whether you win or lose, you could very well be one of the replacements around here, if you play your cards right.
I think I have more important things to attend to.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm definitely sure on that. You destroyed that entire museum. Yeah, very important. And supposedly killed quite a few heroes.
It was simply a distraction, so that we could make our getaway.
Call it what you want. But you've got something. And I'd like to see exactly how much of it you have. So, no pulling punches. Begin! Roll for initiative. Cool. I'm just going down this massive list of different characters. There's only one left, but there's still so many of them on this sheet. Damn it, where are you? There we go, okay. Alright, you'll be going first.
Damn, he's fast.
He is indeed.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and activate telekinetic skin. Just because. That does work.
Indeed it does.
I think it's... because the thing doesn't amplify time limits, does it?
No, it doesn't, no.
So look, I got 10 minutes.
Okay, nice.
I'm actually gonna pop out now.
Okay.
Take care, my
Yep.
dude.
You too, everyone. See you when I have time for this again.
That's all good. Everyone else
Bye.
Yeah, man.
you'll see what we do with Blitzcannon's character.
You'll see.
You'll see.
I have such plans.
I guess just to test his metal, I will use Overwhelm.
Okay.
Just to, Which does work. He just needs to roll a wisdom or willpower of 15 or above.
Okay. That's if he fails to get out of there.
Well, technically, there is no range cap for the ability. It's just my actual range, so I can distort it over a
Exactly.
massive
If he
area.
can get out of that area,
Can he get out of that area?
you're asking the exact right questions, which I'm just now having a look at. Okay. He cannot. I shall roll. What is it? Wisdom or willpower?
Either.
Okay. Alright, we'll do wisdom. 12.
No, either. What did we agree on? Is that just disorientation, or is that he just gets knocked out?
I thought it was disorientation. I don't really know. I to be fair, what exactly is written on it?
It's just it bends light and sound around the target in order to overwhelm them, and what was it? They roll. Yeah. Oh, okay. Basically, they can't see or hear properly for a D4 turns.
Okay, I'll roll. Oh, okay, no.
One, that is good enough, because he effectively can't see or hear now.
Incredible! It seems as though Talos is able to bend gravity itself. And it seems as though Nargod is on the ropes already. What's happening? I can barely see inside of that strange vortex of light.
As I shall attempt to do something. So he's disorientated, but this does not require him to do anything for this, so there we go. Okay. I'm assuming that you can't see inside of the distortion.
Technically,
If light is being bent around it, you can't see through it.
well, no, technically it's not the effect on the environment that lasts that long. That's the effect on him after.
Oh, okay. Right, okay, so yeah, he'll do that, and then... Yep, okay. So, what you notice is, like, after, like, all of the light and everything was bent around him, and he starts just becoming disorientated, he then just sort of, like, lets out this, like, otherworldly scream, as it just goes from, like...
Okay. Okay, this is stupid. Are we really doing this?
as he is now become half-dragon. Purple, scaly creature, standing at around about 2 meters tall, extra bulky, and 2 very large wings on his back.
Oh my god.
It is Barney.
It is. Somehow I don't think he's looking for friendship.
As
Because
he
I
sort
love
of,
you.
as he sort of just like looks around, he still is, as you said, he's disorientated, but he does something very specific. He, okay, yeah, all right. Just consulting my sheet. I'm gonna say he ends this turn, actually. Yeah. Back to you.
Okay.
So at the end of this turn, he will be no longer disorientated.
Yes. However, since he can't essentially sense where I'm coming from, I forget. If I make a gravity zone and that's harming him, is that counted as an attack or not?
Technically, it does count as an attack. Yeah, if it's you're doing it on him.
Okay. First, I will try a little something on myself. We're going to create essentially a center of gravity on myself that repels everything from, like, I guess up to 2 meters. So anything that comes within 2 meters of me is just repelled.
Okay.
Which does work, I guess.
Okay, so this guy has to beat a 20 whenever he's trying to attack you now, otherwise it's repelled.
Well, I don't know, I guess I'll use black. I guess I'll float over kind of to his left rear side. And then... Is he like a humanoid dragon?
Yeah, it's hybrid mode, yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll just try and fire black at him.
Okay.
Which does work.
Okay. No, you hit him. Roll damage. As a large
I'll
black
roll
orb is generated out of the distortion of gravity, it
Yes,
hits him.
last 4 turns this time. Okay, what was that? I think that's... Okay.
Nice. Okay, 31 points of damage. I'm just gonna have to roll some con. Beesh. Doesn't injure him, but he is pinned there as it is now his turn. Okay, so I have to just now roll this ability. Let's hope that this works. It does indeed. Okay. So, as this is going on, pretty much as this is going on, as he's sort of stuck in there, he starts just currently just all of a sudden starts just planting his feet on the ground and basically like trying to run, which is really, really weird, and it looks really strange. As everyone's just watching this, and even the commentator is just saying how silly that this is, a dragon man trying to run, he then bursts out of this black hole. As he starts running at incredible speeds, he then runs around, past all the way, and then runs back around towards Talos. As he is going to attempt something. As he's basically trying to do something to you, Talos.
I guess I'll attempt to use white to just smack him back in.
Okay. Yeah, okay, roll damage.
So I shall wave my hand with a flash of white.
Okay, nice. As you just then bat him in with this distortion of gravity, which then increases that. So there we go. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, just, yep. Okay, that is actually going to cause an injury. Actually, no. Yeah, it's not double. Okay. And then basically he then takes the damage again from Black, which would you like to roll?
Yeah.
Okay. And that then is... Jeez, okay, so... Bloody Nora. Okay. I don't even need to roll for this, I'm just rolling to see what the after effect is.
Oh, okay.
As everything, like, as you just bat him in, as he just gets smashed into the side, like, his body just crumples around where you smash him. Into there, and he just starts, like, he's screaming for a bit, and then the screaming stops. As it is very apparent that he is either unconscious or dead whilst inside of that weird place.
Cool.
A snap is heard, and the darkness that is bending of reality, that is your gravity well, ceases to exist, but also the Dragon Man is on the floor, panting very heavily. As he then
No hard
turns...
feelings, right?
As he then turns back into his human form and looks up at you.
Damn!
I never even stood a chance. Well done. Well done.
I shall offer my hand.
He takes it in good sportsmanship as he gets up. And there you have it! With an astoundingly fast record, we've never seen a defeat quite like this. Talos, aka the Disaster of Force, has done it! He has won the victory against the champions of the Dome!
I shall stand there awkwardly trying to pose. Wait, I'm gonna roll my terrible charisma, actually.
Okay, whilst
Performance.
this is going on, War comes back, but without Blitz Cannon. As he says, I'm glad I didn't miss that. Oh, by the way, before the owner comes down, I need to speak to you guys real quick. As he takes all of you, including Talos, Leah, and Lucas. I have to be 100% honest with you. The entire reason that I even took you guys here in the first place was not to replace Vale, or whatever his name was, and the gun guy. The actual real reason as to why I gathered you here was because that after what I saw a few days ago, and after what I saw in the arena, I realized that some of you guys aren't fully as capable as each other. Well, I needed someone to replace Blitz Cannon. For the time being, I'll take him on with me. I'll train him myself. I'm quite good at lightning manipulation and fighting styles based on dexterity, so I'll take him on. He's already gone back to the hideout, so I'll be taking him in a few minutes to the training grounds that I have. But Pestilence has asked me to tell you something else. The reason as to why is because you guys need to now decide. Are you going to go to the prison to try and break out Dr. Hermaeus, or are you going to go and find someone in the city, a doctor or a professor, named Thea May? You have to make that decision by the end of today, and inform us as soon as possible. If you need any information, I'm sure that someone else will be willing to give it to you, but for the time being, to make sure that you guys aren't in too much trouble, Thermethromel will be here momentarily. It's been interesting seeing you guys fight, but if I had one particular thing to give you guys in return for everything that I've seen you guys do, it's this. Toxie, your abilities are incredible, but yes, you are badly matched with your opponent. And Lucas, you pulled off something impressive there, but I'd like to see exactly what you could do in the team. If you'd like to take on the role of being a new team member with these guys, that is.
Yeah, I could use a new job opportunity. I have to talk to the owner though, because I do kind of need to give in my resignation.
I have a feeling he already knows.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Well, I need his answer.
Fair enough. And finally, I should probably say to the new girl, Leah, you did well. Maybe a little
Oh,
too
thanks.
well. Looking forward to seeing what else you can do in the future. Maybe we can spar at some point. Either way, whatever you guys get up to, just remember this. You've come here this far because you guys need to complete this mission. Alright. See you later. As he just walks off. Oh yeah, the owner will be here soon.
Well,
Okay,
Yes.
so first question: what the hell was that all about? Breaking out doctors. What?
oh, yeah, well, it's kind of a long story, but basically, we have to either do a prison break in order for, a professor to fix a thing that we stole, so that we can take down the superhero society, or
Right.
we get someone else who's not necessarily under the whole, destroying the super society thing to work for us. Which, to be honest, I don't think we're very good at persuading people without violence. And we've already broke some people out of prison before. We've got that on our resume. So I think we break this guy out of prison.
Well, I'm happy either way because this just all sounds like fun. But breaking. So we got breaking people out of prison or just finding some random guy.
Yeah, we'd have to convince her, I think, because well, she's not one to be convincing, I
Well,
hear.
if it's a she, I might be able to help there. Remember, I do have a date later.
Well, yes.
I mean, how about this? How about we do the prison break and have some fun, and then we go and talk to this lass, and I can have some fun.
Well, we really only need one, but hell, the more the merrier, I say.
I like this guy already. Yeah.
Make the twosome into a threesome. Let's do this. So, what do you think? What do you think, Talos?
A prison break could be quite dangerous.
Well, yeah, but Talos, you do realize that you are the powerhouse in this entire group. I mean, if anything goes wrong, just sweep them into the sky.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
This is not the time for caution, especially not after last time. I mean,
Well,
really,
what if another
Talos, can you?
dragon shows up or something?
I'm sorry. Yeah, you just fought a super speed dragon with. Did you even move? I mean, I know you don't exactly plant your feet or anything, but it literally looked like you were just waving your hand in front of your face, and he was doing shit.
Talos is kind of new to this
Fucking-
whole
Fucking
being
awesome.
alive thing, so
Interesting.
yeah. So I think that he needs to realize when to pick his times.
Speaking of when to pick someone's times, I couldn't help but mishear you. You said something about breaking into a prison. Did you mean the Zetamax prison in Garrison?
Hi, boss.
Hello. And yes, you are welcome to leave if you do so wish. You did
Wait.
well in your combat. However,
I know.
due to the uniqueness of the circumstances, she will not be losing her job as a champion.
Oh no, I never wanted that.
However, the others will, due to the factor of their loss. Mercury and Joanna, as well as Licha, are the only ones who will be staying.
You hear me grumble when you mention Mercury's name, just...
Trust me when I say if you want revenge, it's not going to be easy, Toxie.
Nothing's ever easy,
Now,
but it's always so sweet.
if you're worried about the dragons, you don't have to. Girison is the city on the other side of the Great Mountains of the continent of Oculus. It is literally not that far from this country. However, the Zatamax prison, no heroes are allowed to go near it, because it is guarded by power-armored buffoons known as the Cosm, the Covenant of Steel Men. They believe in the concept that humanity was perfect and pure before it became affected with the Animite radiation, granting them powers in the first place. So, quite frankly, they like to bully those who have broken the law. It is heavily guarded, but it is only heavily guarded for the inside. They won't have any guns on the outside of the place. If you've escaped, they'll most likely track you down because that they enjoy it. Not because that they're trying to become a military base. Heroes aren't allowed to go within a certain radius of it due to a specific law. And because of that, they could not help you unless if there was a true travesty, one that would specifically break them out of that specific loophole. But by that point, it could potentially be too late.
So what are you saying, Mr. Owner?
Basically. Sorry.
No, go on.
Basically, heroes can't go near there. We can have some fun.
As simplistic as that was, that is roughly the gist, yes.
Now this is interesting. Also, I think that power armor's good. Power armor's good or anything, but I think that we can sweep them off their feet. You think so, Tellus?
Yes.
Yeah, this will see.
My concern is breaking into the prison without killing our target.
That is a good point. It requires a little bit more finesse than our last mission.
One thing I would also consider, being very careful with who you let out. Some people are in there because they are incredibly dangerous people. If you just let anyone and everyone out, that could in fact mean the danger of all of you, not just the rest of the world. Some people were put in there for a good reason.
Well, I think we'll have to do a bit of research, of course, get the plans necessary to see exactly where our target is located, and have a little extraction.
Of course. And of course, if you wish to have a look around, you're more than welcome. After all, this place has much to offer. Things for you to build, things for you to buy, and places for you to rest and be entertained on the fly.
Yeah. Sorry about the uniform, boss.
It's no bother. You have another one spare, don't you?
Yes, but I thought I'd leave that here because I'll go and get some stuff from the market.
Good.
As I'm leaving.
And don't worry, Toxie, I already sense your specific question. Yes. Indeed, you will get paid your reward. As for your reward, I think that it only best to ask Talos. The money or the favor? You were the one who won the last match, after all.
Well, what could the favor be?
Anything that I can offer to you. One favor of mine, and I shall do it.
Which is quite a lot.
How much was the money again?
2 million stars.
You see a little tiny tear just falling down my cheek a little bit, just.
Money.
Could have had it all.
Thank you.
I sense that money is no trouble to you. You're not seeming to be bothered by it. But there must be something that you want.
If we were to have this favor, would we have a way of contacting you when we needed it?
Of course. What specific favor were you thinking of?
I have one in mind.
Then share it with me.
Well, depends. There may be one that I could have right now, but I think that we might require your help in emergency someday.
I will warn you, I am not able to leave this tower, so I will not be much help in the terms of coming to your aid or rescue. The favor is specific to information, helping, or even connecting you with the right people, even giving you something in your time of need. I cannot be someone who can be everywhere at once and do everything for you, I'm afraid. The whole reason as to why I've built such a powerful empire was because that I have not left here in 15 years. And that, I'm afraid, cannot change.
Then perhaps I can ask you for a selfish request.
Go ahead.
Do you know of my creator?
Do you perhaps mind if I dive further into your memories?
That is what I intend for you to do.
Give me a moment. He closes his eyes and he looks into your mind. You feel these strange sort of memories. They seem more like writing or pictures or even just information that is formless. Like instinctually you know this, you know stuff, but you've never seen it. Like almost like as if as soon as you look at something, you immediately analyze and recognize that it's the specific thing that you've been explained, but you've never seen one before. Suddenly, he dives deeper into your mind until eventually he finds something. You see from the perspective of something. You can't necessarily see, but it seems as though you're looking through a strange tinted glass. And a man just walking around, just saying, "What a wonderful possibility! Oh, that's brilliant! Okay, so, what if I was to completely rearrange the organic matter within a specific cellular structure of a clone, creating and then diverging exactly how it would come about from its birth? I call it the synthetic womb. Needs a bit more work. Oh, what if I was able to create a specific type of genome that only affected other specific types of genomes? Now, it's already been done before. Those damn military, they take every fun piece of technology possible. Ah. It seems as though the only possibility left is the Talos project. I hope that one day that you learn to evolve and build yourself even greater than I could even possibly imagine. They say that humanity evolved over thousands, if not billions of years. I wonder if you could forcibly evolve yourself out of the sheer requirement for survival. just magnificent to even think it. Of course, I cannot let you alone in this current crazy world without something, so I stole this. As he holds some kind of weird stone. The powerful telekinetic abilities of a recently dead telekinetic. I'm sure that you'll be able to put them to good use. I'm talking to a brain. What is even the point? Maybe I should get out more. Then again, I still have a lot to do. I wonder if I could change maybe one more thing about him. The prototype shell is looking quite useful, but it will never hold forever. I'd say upon activation, it would have to have a constant amount of electricity pumping through it for it to stay alive. Isn't really the term, I guess you could say. Stay not decomposing. Talus, my boy, I really do hope that you start evolving quickly and understand how you can build yourself new, interesting, more fascinating shells, because otherwise you might die within the first couple of weeks of being awakened. As then suddenly disappears and you're pulled out of your memories. I think that man, based on your memories, he is your creator. You know that to be true, but it seems as though you know him as the Professor. You don't even know what his true name is? Or was it something that I could not read?
Perhaps he does not want to be found.
Or perhaps it's an artificial memory. Some of them are difficult to read, but that one in particular is... It's almost like as if the mind is organically connected in some way. Nevertheless, was that your favor? Did you want me to try and find this professor for you?
If I... No, I think we'll meet when the time is right.
Well, I hope that has given you some level of closure. Or at least maybe it's opened up a new path for you. Either way. Is that what you wanted? A favor? Or is it the money that you were after?
I do need money for this new shell of mine.
I'm not quite sure what you're implying. Although I did see your memories, I'm sure that you must have some fascinating ideas.
I mean, am I the only one here that's going to try and convince you that maybe we should use this favor to fix the mess that we put Vale and Arsenal in?
Oh yes, I already read your memories on that. I'm afraid that there's nothing that I can do. Well, something I can actually do, but again, unless if you actually ask it of me as the favor, I'm afraid I'm not going to.
I just sort of look at Talos in a sort of sideways, Stewie Griffin sort of way. Just,
We'll take the money then, please.
Very
Are
well.
you-
Then in that case, I shall indeed give it to you. A card appears in his hand. On this card will be 2 million stars, courtesy of myself. Have fun, and don't forget, shopping is addictive. Now I must get back to my people. As he just suddenly vanishes in thin air.
I might want, someone else might actually be offended that you chose money over You know, our good friends Vale, our former comrades, trapped
You
possibly
do
forever.
understand that the fire dragon is in there.
Yes, which we can kill. But
And
that's not my point, Talos.
they
That's not my point, Talos. The point is that now we have 2 million freaking stars. Let's go shopping.
let us go to the shopping center.
Lucas, you still see Lucas looking at Toxie like, is he annoyed? Is he not annoyed? Either way, I'm fine. But it's like, what?
Fair enough.
Toxie has complex emotions.
Let's just go through this then real quick, because obviously we'll do this for you. So, is there any particular things that you guys need to want to get, or want to have a look through or around? Leah, I'm assuming that you're obviously going to be following Toxie.
Yes.
So we'll go with. I'm assuming that you guys are going to the floor of shopping first.
Oh,
Or
shopping.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I'd probably be looking for whatever the equivalent to Hughes is.
Well, there is the black market / the market floor, which is floor number 6. No, sorry, floor number 5.
I personally, if you're going to ask, I will be looking. I am going to be looking for a new suit.
Okay.
However, this needs to be a special suit. I need it to be power infused because seeing what happened to my old suit, I don't really want that happening again. So I need to see if I can find a way to have a suit that's empowered with self regeneration.
Okay. We'll circle back around to that, because I feel like that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff that you will definitely be able to do. The forge floors will definitely help you with that, because they have a tailoring shop. So yes, you'll be going there. I'm assuming you're all waiting to get some money from Talos so that you can actually use said money.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does everyone have cards?
Oh yeah, we got cards.
Technically, I think Lucas is the only one who doesn't have a card.
No.
But obviously, you now technically have 2, Talos.
Mm-hmm. I've
Do I,
got one with
do I also
2,000.
technically have my wages? Do I have any starting stars?
I'll tell you what. Let's roll a.
Actually, I have any as well. I was fighting. I'm assuming I would have got some money for that.
No, that's more for entertainment purposes. But
Oh,
I'll
but,
say
entertainment get paid.
both of you roll me a. I'm gonna say Leah, roll me a d4. I'm gonna say Lucas, you can roll 2 d4s. Okay.
Wow.
Roll.
Says
Exactly
the
the
game was
same.
rigged from the start.
Roll 4 d100s, both of you.
Bartholomew!
Wahoo.
Hey, Juice, you okay?
Just woke up.
Oh, bless your heart.
Time zones, am I right? Okay, so that's the amount of stars that you have. 170, 197, 174.
Okay.
And I'm going to say those are on your personal cards. Unless if you guys just want little bags of money.
I'll take a card.
Yeah, I'll take a card too.
Okay, so you both have cards. Okay. There we go. So that's how your money is based on. I'm just going to quickly shut that window. Right, there we go. Okay, so you so pretty much Talos, you are obviously on the shopping floor. You've just gotten there with everyone.
Yes.
Is anyone going to spread out or go anywhere else?
Well, I definitely want to check out the poison aisle or the chemist.
Poison aisle.
I mean,
An
I'm sure there's a
apothecary.
poison aisle.
Yeah, fair
an
enough.
apothecary.
Have you got
Because
any poison?
there is one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm made of poison. That's true, but I want to like see if I can improve my poisons and maybe even
Support
sell some
local
of my wares.
businesses.
Exactly.
So, the question needs is you're going off. So you have your own start card, Toxie.
Yeah, I do.
Everyone has their own start card. Bartholomew, are you going to go with Toxie or are you going to go with Talos? Where would you like to go?
I'll go with Toxie.
Okay. Leah, I don't even think I need to ask this question. I'm assuming you're going with Toxie.
We did agree on this.
Fair enough.
Not 5 minutes ago.
Lucas.
Well, Toxie didn't agree with this, but I'll let Leah follow me anyway.
Where are you going? Are you going with Talos or are you going to the other floor to get yourself a suit?
No. Well, yeah, I'm getting a suit. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll
I'm
go
going to
down
the best.
to the...
I'm going to the best tailor we have,
Okay.
or in this place that I should know of, and I'm
Yeah.
getting a pristine suit.
Absolutely. And Bill, so Lucas is going off on his own to the forging floor because he says that he needs to get a new suit. Toxie is going off with Bartholomew and Leah because they say that they want to go and see if they have any poisons, if there is a poison cellar. What about you, however? You have over 2 million stars.
I'm gonna call it lose. Lose?
It's this universe's Hughes.
You basically
Yes.
want to go to a... Yeah, okay, so you want to go to just basically a market that sells gadgets and gizmos.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go to you first then. So you sort of like get to this place. This guy is like selling all sorts of different bits of tech. He's got like televisions, he's got DVD players, he's got washing machines, all sorts of different bits and bobs just lied around this like store. Again, I want to point out this is actually almost like as if it's in a store in the middle of like a town or a city or something. And yet it's supposed to be the inside of a skyscraper. Again, it's strange because of the way that the sizes have been melded due to manipulation of space. Certain things have been shrunk, certain things have been expanded. There we go.
Hello there.
The guy just looks at you, looks up from his sort of magazine that he's reading, and then just looks back down. Turns a page.
May I see your selection of microwaves?
Looks up. Points over to where they are.
I will float over.
There are microwaves. There's a silver microwave, a black microwave, a purple microwave, a red microwave, and a white microwave. I mean, there's microwaves. They are of different colours.
I'll shout over to the guy again, so what's your policy on deliveries?
He looks up. It's simple. We don't have any. You buy it, you get it out, you take it wherever you want. But we ain't doing anything.
Do you have like a big box I can put everything in?
I mean, maybe.
Or do I need to go to the container store for that?
I'm assuming that you're trying to be clever.
Well, I'm genuinely asking.
Most of these things come in their own boxes, so when you buy them, you get them from the store, and they're in their own little boxes.
I shall take your most expensive blenders and washing machine and microwaves.
Okay. So you want a blender, a microwave, and a washing machine. Alright. Got your basic kitchen set up.
And can I have your largest television, please?
Alright then. As he sort of like puts his puts his magazine down. You got my attention. Most expensive television there. 68 inches. Pretty much any channel you can get on there. Connects to pretty much any network. Running in 8K. You pretty much got everything you want there. The washing machine and the blender. And also the microwave. This whole lot's gonna cost you. You know that, right?
I am aware.
Okay. Well, in that case, let me just tally it up. Okay, so you got that thing with that, and you got there. You got that, and oh yeah, you got that. Okay, so here's how we're looking at. You got your TV. The Mondo Crisp, as they call it. You got your basic blender, washing machine, and your microwave. So that, plus that, plus that. And then, of course, a little sprinkling of that. That'll be 8,410 stars.
Well, that's no problem to me.
Very well. I'll get the stuff sorted out, and it'll be ready for you momentarily. He just gets up, and he then just goes off into a room, and you can start hearing buttons beep, and like certain amount of like noise that sounds like machinery, like moving up and down. Eventually, the guy comes back. Oh, your card checks out and everything, so, yep. Just take this over there. As he then gives you a receipt.
Cool.
And basically, he just tells you to scan it on this little barcode reader. No, you gotta scan it. You gotta scan it under the barcode.
Talus's greatest enemy yet, capitalism.
Upon doing so, it makes a beep, and the entire wall just opens with like these 4 large boxes just being presented on like this little metal platform. Good luck getting it out. Have a wonderful electronic life. As we move on over.
Oh, he doesn't even know.
As he moves on over to Toxie. Toxie, you've been walking around now with Bartholomew and Leah, just looking around for places that may or may not sell poisons. As you come to one specific person who just goes, I've got all your different concoctions, anything. You want something to kill someone, or even maybe to tempt someone? I've got all the right inoculations right here. Tonics for everyone.
I was curious. Let's have a little look over here. Hello, potion seller.
Oh, you. I don't know you, but new faces are always welcome. Especially if they are with familiar ones. Hello, Leah.
Hey.
Leah's one of my best customers. Since she's immune to poisons, I usually just let her drink whatever she needs. They're so much cheaper than a lot of these other types of drinks, so, you know. Plus, if you've got an immunity to poison, it's pretty much half price, isn't it? Because you get it. Because normally people pay the ultimate price drinking one of the. Anyway, what do you need?
Oh! That's what that joke meant.
I love her 'cause she's
Basically, like
simple.
long distance.
Yes.
Having not realized every time you say that for like the last 3 years, just oh, that's what that meant.
That's why I wondered whether price tags look the exact same as the prices that you charge me.
Just, I'm like, Toxie, concealing laughter. Just, let's say, well, I'm just sort of seeing what's on the market these days. I'm something of a chemist. Well, we were in the chemistry business before, weren't we, Bartholomew? And well,
Indeed.
I do make my own, but I would like to see if I can expand my repertoire a bit.
Okay.
You got anything special?
I have a few things. I have special types of potions and elixirs and tonics and all sorts of bits and pieces that people would or would not like in their own house. But of course, I have the more, she leans in, dastardly concoctions.
I'm listening.
Love potions. Instant
Ugh.
death potions. And of
Ooh.
course, the fabled reverse potion.
Reverse potion?
They
What's
say
that?
that there are two types of potions that people have always wanted to know if it existed. The first one is a potion so strange and deadly that it can completely rewrite a person's own biology. And the other is it will completely rewrite a person's powers.
What would those taste like?
Well, they taste very rare, I'm afraid. I've only ever been able to get my hands on a few of them. Despite the fact that I am an old woman now with a large history of an apothecary, I was never able to make anything like this before. A chap sold it to me a few years ago, and he's sold me a few since, but there's only a few left of them now.
The rarest poison. Just like Toxie's eyes sort of light up. Okay, you have piqued my interest.
Good. These aren't even half of what I have. I also have potions that grant immunity to poisons, and also poisons that grant poison. Oh, I've also got
sorry.
a poison that upon death makes a person explode. I don't exactly know how I did that, but I've just been calling it exploding potions for the last decade.
That is amazing. I would love to create a light show with my poisons. Oh, so talented.
Less of a light show, more of a fleshy, gunky mess show, but okay.
Yeah, I'd think that's still entertaining.
I'd like to believe so too. But what are you looking for anyway?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm still just browsing. I'd like various strange things, and I want to, expand on my chemistry repertoire. Oh, also, if you have anything that can hold various potions, that would be very good. Like I was thinking, sort of a belt with, capsules on them.
I've heard that there are some people who buy many items that are a little bit more robust. But based on your attire, I assume that you have not heard of any of them. I assume this is some kind of mourning that you're just having.
Oh well, comfort is the number one concern. I will say that.
Of course, I have something for that. A comfort potion.
A comfort potion? Okay.
Yes, it's a drug that makes you feel very comfortable, regardless of almost anything. Some people make a joke that it's some kind of euphoric drug that makes someone feel a very almost form of excitement. I just call it comfort.
Hmm. Well, that's certainly something to look into. Number one, well, definitely put those exploding potions on the table. Those are very interesting to me. That'll be very funny.
Okay. I have at least 5, although they are worth about 100 stars each, my lad.
That's not an issue for me. That is quite. Yeah, I will take 5 of those up front.
Very well, that would be 500 stars.
Mm-hmm. How about you just 5 exploding potions.
All you must need to know is upon being ingested, if a person is forced into an unconscious or near-death state, their body will immediately explode. The explosion doesn't necessarily hurt anyone around them, but it just guarantees death. Force a person unconscious and, well, watch the blood fly.
I've got the perfect prank for that. Oh, yes. I should also ask you as well if you're in the market for any such potions to be sold or any such drugs to be sold.
Well, I'm always open to taking a look at whatever someone else has in stock. If you are a potions user or even a poison generator, I would like to see
Well,
what exactly you have.
I'm glad you asked. Now, may I ask, are you immune to poison? Just to be
My dear,
safe.
I am not. It is quite a rare power to have.
Well, in this case, you probably don't want to touch any of these. Leah can hold them for you. And I'm going to try and generate some of my poison shards.
Okay.
Let me see. Let's have a look at this. Right. Just needed.
Taking it when I touch these, I will be poisoned.
Oh, well, yeah, but you're immune to poison, so you would just feel
It
really
will
nice.
it will add up to
That
your
it's for the
stockpile.
increase. That's what I mean. It's for increasing my stockpile.
So just check it out. Yeah, it's a and I am. Oh god, I'm plus 13 now on my SP. Yeesh.
I believe it's a 20 for this, isn't it?
Yep, 20 plus. And it's not loading. Just...
There you go, 21.
Yeah, okay, I just make it.
Yep. Okay, so you roll for your damage to see how many you make.
Yeah, so it's 2d10 plus a d12.
Okay.
So 17 of these.
Okay. Now, that is impressive. I haven't seen anyone do something like that. Solid poison matter. Interesting. Well, wouldn't mind if I do.
Cool.
She actually grabs one from your hand, Leah. And you notice that she's got gloves on. Perfect. Shards made of pure poison. And it actually poisons people upon touching it with bare skin.
Oh, yes. Oh, and I wouldn't lick it if I were you.
My darling, I never really think about that, but thank you. How much for all
just
of
had to be
these,
sure.
then?
Well, it takes a lot of effort to make them, so... Tell you what, how about 100 stars for each of them?
Hold up. You just performed an ability that allowed you to instantaneously make 17, and you say that it is difficult. And now you're expecting 100 per one. No one can
Well,
easily touch them. I'll say 10.
Oh, please, come on. You've never seen such a thing before. And yes, I can make 17, such is the extent of my powers, but I can't make any more for the rest of the day. That took
The
quite a
rest
lot
of
of
the
effort.
day. Making 17 of these would be quite an easy task for you then, to do it on once a day. I could not go as high as 100.
You drive a hard bargain.
I do indeed. That is my job, after all. 10 stars.
50.
20.
30.
Deal.
Fantastic.
Okay, so you're given 110 stars. I want to point out, if you had rolled for a charisma, and you had won, she would have given you like 100 if you had like beaten her in like a battle with that. But fair enough.
Fair enough.
Okay, so yeah, you got a 510 stars back. Literally, you just earned money. Like you just earned 10. Like you got your money back plus 10. She then looks over at Bartholomew and goes, "I saw your match, young man. You've got awfully dry skin."
Who are you calling, young man?
Well, I thought it was a costume, but now that I get a closer look, you're actually a skeleton.
Yeah, he's really old.
Very funny, but you did well in your last match. Congratulations, Isaac is no easy feat. Well, doesn't matter now. He's now been disqualified from being a champion. You did rather well against him, though.
Why, thank you.
Although I would say, I've never seen a talking skeleton before. What are you?
As you said, a talking skeleton. What more is there to it?
Very well. I apologize if it's a difficult subject to deal with. As we now go to Lucas. You've gone down.
Actually, I was going to ask, does this place sell fabric? Does this place sell fabric?
Just fabric?
It is an apothecary.
Yes. Well, not this place, but there is a place on this floor that does sell fabric.
Okay.
We'll go there
I will
next.
make sure.
Okay.
Hey.
So, Lucas, you stroll on in to Moretzi's. As she is supposedly the greatest tailor, if be it a little kooky. So you stroll on in. You see a lot of costumes and suits and clothes all on hangers all over this place. But you don't see anyone in it.
Hello?
Silence is met.
Hello?
So you hear muffled voice.
Okay, I'll speak muffled. No, speak louder.
You just hear a head pop out from a suit. A very frizzy, black-haired woman that just pops out from an upside-down suit on the ceiling. I said, "Hi, how can I help you? Can I take your order?"
Hello, love. Looking for a suit.
Well, you've come to the right place, at least. It wouldn't be perhaps the one that I'm currently hanging inside of right now, would it?
No, this is more of a custom job.
Ooh, custom job. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
She slides on out of it and immediately just falls, and she's about to fall on her head as she just passes through the floor. She eventually arises as she is about 7 feet tall, very skinny build, as she is a shadow. Rather dark greyish skin, but the biggest, brightest blue eyes that almost kind of glow in the dark. Yes, sorry, personally made suit. Right. What were you looking for? What kind of thing were you after? And, Are these your exact precise measurements, or do you grow?
Well, I grow in certain ways, but we won't go into that. Anyway, no, this is me. I'm looking for a crisp, nice three-piece suit.
You've come to the right place, definitely. But I do have to ask, have you got any limbs that you are going to be expanding out of your body? Like extra arms, wings, tail, maybe horns? Spikes?
Well, like I said, I have an appendage, but we won't go into that. Right. So no, I'm just me.
Okay, humanoid. She then starts looking around you. And by the looks of it, you are... Okay. I could work a lot with this, but I'm afraid I will have to ask, what specific thing are you looking for? Color scheme? Any particular periodical time, or was it just three-piece suit?
Well, I'd like shoes, black leather, laces, maybe a little bit of patterning on the toe, uh, white socks, normal size. For trousers, I'd like pinstripe, dark. Let's go with a dark sort of royal blue sort of colour. With the stitching, if you've got like a gold thread, I'll have that sort of stitching. White shirt, nice collar to it. Then I'll have a blue, same colour as the trousers. I'll have a blue waistcoat with a. If you could have them the waistcoat,
She then
if you
puts
could
her
have.
finger on your mouth. I think I'm starting to get a picture of exactly what you want. Okay. Very well, I will start doing so. What's the occasion specifically for this suit?
I want one.
Simple
Sorry,
enough.
it's just. However, there are two things that I kind of wanted to have and do.
Go on.
If that sort of. Firstly, on the back of the waistcoat, if I could have like a shamrock, like a four-leaf clover type thing, and
Absolutely.
if it could kind of regenerate itself.
Huh. Okay.
As you can see, my clothing don't last very long if I get into any kind of fight, and kind of need it to. It's getting a bit expensive to replace these.
Okay, so you're looking for a self-regenerating kind of suit.
Yeah.
That's not exactly an easy find, but you have come to the right place.
I thought I had.
Finding a stone like that is going to be quite difficult in current times. Although... I might still have one lying around.
I mean, it don't have to be like instantaneous. It could take a while. I mean, like it could take like a couple of minutes, couple of hours. Just I don't really want to be walking around like this all day, every day. If ever I get into a fight.
It's more of the actual stone itself. I'm trying to think of exactly where I could actually find one. Especially right now, in these day and ages. More and more people, funnily enough, of that particular type of power start going missing. It's not exactly clean missing either. They do turn up a few days later. Have you ever heard of the people known as the Immortuous?
Have I?
Roll world knowledge.
Okay. 12.
You've heard that there's some kind of cult that believe that they're immortal.
Yeah, you mean those immortal, and I do the old abbreviation finger thing, guys? Yeah.
Well, they're less about immortality in that they almost kind of wish for it, to the point of which that they'll kill anyone who has some kind of healing power. Because of this, they try to take it and use it for themselves, turning some of the higher-ranked members of their cult into the nigh unkillable, or at least grant them the inability to age. Some of them even try to do so far as to have the ability to take life using these powers rather than keeping them. It makes it more difficult now. Oh!
Now I just want a suit. I mean, for Christ's sake.
Actually might have found something.
Oh.
It seems as though there is still one stone left. However, if I am to give this to you, it'll either need to be charged double, due to the expense that I will have to get it, or you could do me a favour.
Get a replacement?
Not only that, I need you to get me at least 5 replacements.
Oh, and then this will be give me a discount on the suit?
I'll charge you the specific rate of it, maybe even throw in a smaller amount for the stone. But yes, otherwise I will have to charge you double for the stone due to its rarity right now.
So what sort of prices are we talking about?
Well, the suit itself is at least going to cost you about 500, due to all the different things that you asked me for. And the stone is going to cost you about 2,000.
And that's straight, not the double price.
That, I'm afraid, is the double price.
Oh, they're fine. Yeah, I'll just take it.
Huh. You have enough money to get yourself by, then?
Oh yeah. I've got some savings.
Hmm.
You don't work here for as long as I have, and don't put some money away. I mean, you must know.
Very well. It will take me a few days, but I am going to need the money within the next few hours if I am going to start.
Perfect. Right. How about I'll give you 1,000 stars to get started, and I'll give you the rest on completion.
That's not how this works, I'm afraid.
Come on,
Many
give us.
people in this trade have always tried to do so, and I'm afraid I can't do that.
Well, what's the problem? You get 1,000 stars. If I don't come back, you've got 1,000 stars. If I do come back, you get all the money. It's not like I'm taking anything.
I still have to build the suit. If you walk away and you don't do it, then who is going to pay for the suit?
I mean, it's quite a nice suit, isn't it?
Yes, but it's tailored to your specific customizations. Not everyone has the same type of body as you, but not everyone wants that type of ability.
Thank you. How about 1,500 stars, and then the rest on completion? Go on, you know you wanna.
Roll persuasion.
Oh,
That's annoying.
is that advantage or disadvantage?
That was advantage.
The best one out of that is 13.
Yeah. Oh, can I just make?
No, it's 12
Oh, it's just
exactly.
one up.
Yeah. It's 12. Yeah, we matched.
I'm afraid not.
Well, screw it. Fine. So, what are we saying? 2,500.
2,500 within the next 2 to 3 hours, otherwise I won't make it.
Rightio. Do you need measurements?
Already taken.
Oh, nice. I'll see you in about 3 hours. 2, 3 hours.
Very well.
I gotta go. Gotta go see a man about a dog.
And we go to Talos. Talos, I'm assuming that you've used your abilities to basically lift all these objects that you've just now got.
Yes.
And is there anywhere else that you needed to go?
I need some more clothes, but I also need some ingredients.
Okay. What kind of ingredients?
Just like carbon and glucose and some sterile water.
Those are very specific, but you should be able to get some water. I don't know exactly where you will be able to get some carbon. But glucose, you might not be able to get it perfectly in that exact pure form, but you'll probably might be able to find some.
I may have to order it online.
Roll me investigation to see if you can find those things, and whilst that's going on, Leah, you head off to the pretty much just like the tailoring store, pretty much the textile store. There's all sorts of different fabrics all over the walls, and there's a couple of people just sort of like having a look and perusing. Bartholomew and Toxie, you're following Leah because that she said that she wanted to come here for some reason.
Yep.
Oh, thanks.
All right. That's the. So why'd you want to come here?
Oh, I'm a tailor-ish.
Oh, really?
I made these myself. I indicate to my pajamas
I was like,
that I'm wearing.
are those pajamas with little radiation symbols on them?
Leah looks a bit sheepish at this, and then kind of like nods and indicates towards Foxy's onesie outfit, like her head.
Oh. Neat, I guess. Well, I guess we just really kind of just awkwardly well, all right. I think the owner's kind of like, picking up that Toxie is getting like alarm bells for a potential yandere, situation developing here.
Meanwhile, just Bartholomew is just looking in the background of this place. Going, oh man, this is really nice Persian leather. Just not even picking up any of like the very dangerous signals that is being given off. Red flag? I am assuming that this would be a red flag. It could be made out of a red flag, or maybe you could make a red flag out of it. Toxie's just like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Just psychically screaming.
The red flag, the flag store.
Let's be honest, I don't think Leah ever thought she'd meet Toxie again.
And now you have a chance.
I have the chance, and I'm wearing the outfits that maybe I shouldn't have worn to meet Toxie in.
Person in the store just looks at you guys and just walks up. So, yes, can I help you? As you just sort of see this guy is just like very obviously, like thinks that he knows everything, but is just waiting for you guys to ask a very ignorant question.
Is this a textile store?
Well, yes,
just
of
giggles at
course
that.
it is.
Yeah. All right then. So, all right, Leah, you're in charge. Where you got? So, what do you need?
Hell. Let's peruse the colours.
There are many colours.
Yes. I mean, those that don't know, in real life, I don't know anything about sewing as such.
Well, let's
Beyond
just
the very knitting.
For the sake of the safety of the rest of the people who might be watching or listening to this, what specific things do you need / wish to have for what particular function?
Gonna get a bunch of like yarn, a bunch of different colors of yarn, mostly kind of purples and yellows and a few reds.
Okay, so you want yarn, I'm assuming, to do some form of knitting.
Yes, and maybe a few lines of satin. Those comes in like lines, don't they?
Okay. How many do you want of each?
8 purple, 5 yellow, 3 red, and about 6 lines of satin.
Okay. So I just have to calculate this up real quick. Just tell me the amount again.
A good question. 8, 6, 3, 5.
Okay. 8 balls of what specific yarn? Was it 8
Purple.
balls of yarn?
Yes, purple yarn.
Okay.
A lot of cats.
Yep. Then what else?
6 yellow yarn.
Okay. Yep. And then what of Saturn?
There was 3 red yarn.
Oh, 3 Edron. Okay.
3 yarn.
Yep. Because
Red.
Yep. I'm just
And
calculating.
4 lines of satin.
Okay. That comes up to 170 stars. I hope you wrote all that down.
I have. And that I will get. Actually, can I just give him it? That seems good. That seems fair. I'll play.
Okay. Okay, so 100. Okay, so you give him 170. Okay. Right. So you've got your stuff. Right. I can now say yes. You lot all leave this particular textiles location, and funnily enough, you bump into Talos, who, for some reason, after a swap of around about 300 stars, he was able to literally find everything he needed. An entire like container, like a basically like a so like the water cooler jugs, like basically one of those of water, a huge like jug of syrup that's just like glucose, like pure glucose, and then just a bag of charcoal. And it's like, well, I guess that'll do for carbon.
It's like,
He has a
Oh,
keen eye.
I'm just sort of like looking at just all of these boxes floating behind him, just sort of like, in kind of awe. And I'm just like, you haven't spent all of your money already, have you?
Oh, yes, as it happens. No.
No, I just like, you are okay. You got to work on this whole new joking phenomenon, Talos, because I almost had a heart attack just then.
Toxie, it wouldn't make sense that glucose costs 2 million stars, would it?
I know, but I don't know. I mean, you've taken half a department store. What the hell are you building?
Things.
Ominous. All right, keep your secrets, Talos. It just better not involve, leveling any more museums. All right. I'm making that a hard rule from now on. Come on, everybody. Next stop.
Next stop.
Next stop. Where are we going?
Where does anyone else need to go? Does anyone else need anything else?
Well, I would like information, like books and stuff. Just for I need stuff for my chemistry experiments.
Yeah, I need
like,
stuff
contain-
that is similar,
Oh, good. Our goals align.
like
Let's go.
pipettes and petri dishes and things.
Okay, so basically a couple of chemistry kits, pretty much.
Mhm.
I'm looking for Talos because I need the cash.
Ah, yes, fair enough. Roll investigation, all three of you, because you're looking for the two of them, and those two are looking for the things that they need. Bartholomew and Leah, is there anything else that you specifically want as well?
No, not really.
Okay.
Bartholomew can pretty much make anything he wants. So
That is true. That is very true.
Toxie
Lucas,
with my eyes.
you have been unable to find them for this moment. However, Toxie, you have found the perfect store that sells such things,
That's
pipettes,
what I can think of.
beakers, glasses, objects, and items that could contain whatever that you would do with these particular items, including petri dishes.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Basically,
Uh,
they have these packs, these specific packs of beakers and test tubes and stuff. Basically, pretty much there's 5 of each particular item in every single pack. There's just say for instance this specific chemistry kit, beakers, test tubes, petri dishes, pipettes, swabs. Basically, there's like basically there's 5 of all of the things that I've just said, and it comes up to a certain amount of money.
Have they got any Breaking Bad deals?
Wow. He just stole all this.
I'm not.
5-finger discount.
Anyway, so you find these places. Pretty much this guy is just selling whatever. He's just looking around and just saying like, do you want to buy some equipment? Like, some people are having a look and just sort of thinking like, this is a rip off. And sort of walking by this guy. He looks like really just overly chilled out. He's got sandals inside, and he's wearing like shorts and a shirt that is like blue but with like white flowers on it.
Can I roll an insight to see if this guy may be on the drugs?
You can indeed roll an insight to see if he is on the drugs.
I do not know if he is
I
on the
roll.
drugs.
You do not know if he is on the drugs. All of you who are here can attempt to roll insight to see if he is on the drugs. It is uncertain to your naive mind as to whether or not this man is on any kind of substance that may be affecting his current personality.
Does it look like he's on drugs as they are in the movies?
He might just be really
Like the
chill.
movies drugs
This
go.
guy might be very mellow and chill. You don't know, but it is one of those things. Talos, you are seeing that this man is quite clearly intoxicated or inebriated in some way, shape, or form. It is very apparent due to the way that his eyes are and the way that he is sort of overly chill. It looks as though his motor functions have sort of been slowed down by at least 25%.
Ah. Well, I'm not bothered by that.
It's actually kind of upsetting. We've been out of the drugs trade so long, me and Bartholomew, despite having careers as drug dealers, do not know that this man is on the drugs.
Look, you know what the drugs look like. You don't necessarily know what people look like when they're on them.
Yeah. He just has really red eyes. He must have, like, hay fever.
Absolutely. It's just like, yeah, can I help you?
All right, man. Yeah, we're chemists. We would like all of your finest chemistry equipment, please.
There's
I'm a biologist.
some kits here. I wrap them myself. I'm very good at wrapping.
Good.
Yeah, it is very good. Yeah. Oh man, have you ever seen colors?
Yes, I think everyone can see colors.
Cool.
I don't think that's true, Toxie.
Well, okay, present company excluded, clearly, but
Is it okay if you can hear taste?
I'm not a doctor. Well, I'm not a legal doctor, so I would not. No, I'm gonna go browse myself. Actually, I'm just gonna go look around.
Okay.
It's okay, you don't have to help.
Okay. I'm just gonna lean slightly on this counter whilst almost looking as if I'm actually dead. I'll be watching, don't worry.
Good.
Yeah. It is
Yeah.
good. As he just sort of like sits there, leans sort of very lackadaisically on this stool in front of a desk. But he's like sort of pointed in your direction so that he can at least see you guys. So that you don't know if it's because that he doesn't know if you guys are trying to shoplift, or if it's because he's trying to be relatively polite.
All right.
What would you like to purchase then, guys?
Well, I would definitely like some. I need some Bunsen burners and some beakers, and actually, I'll let Talos go first because I think I have a big list, but I think Talos is like
My
I tell you what,
beakers are always useful.
write down your list on the chat, and then
okay.
Bill, you can if you've got something short enough, I can do it for you on the calculator. Talos, what is it that you would like?
Pretty much just some petri dishes and pipettes and maybe syringes or needles or something.
Okay, well, you can get like a little pack of syringes with also like needle tips on them. They have about basically like 5 syringes, all of different like sizes, and they also then have like 10 needle tips. That costs 50 stars, and the chemistry kit that has 5 of all the things that I said before is worth 100 stars.
Cool.
So you could basically get, if you'd like to try and remember / write this down, 5 beakers, test tubes, pipettes, swabs, and petri dishes.
Okey-dokey.
And then basically, as I said, 5 different needles of different shapes and sizes, and then 10 actual like needles. And that comes up to 150. Meanwhile, Lucas, you have eventually roughly caught up to where you think is the people of which that you were originally inclined to be with, because you see a large amount of objects just floating next to a shop. You eventually walk to the shop and you see, very unmistakably so, Talos.
I'm just gonna saunter up to Talos.
Okay.
Yeah. Talos, my buddy. Still got that 2 mil card?
No,
You what?
it's not the last 2 million anymore.
He's only spent a bit of it. He has an odd sense of humor.
Fucking, he had me for a minute there. I need about 10 grand of it.
Okay.
Nice.
As he transfers over the money from one card to your card, 10 grand.
Lovely. So, I've just got to go pay someone. Wait, where are we meeting up?
Uh, this is a good question.
You then just hear a fairly familiar voice as you hear, "That is indeed a very important question to ask." As you see, Thromethramel has just now joined. "I was told by Mr. War to come here. I am to be your chaperone for the time being. I see that these are the new recruits. Mr. Lucas, Miss Leia."
Who's the stiff?
"I am currently their chaperone," as he lifts one of his eyebrows up.
Uh,
"I am currently working for a certain amount of people that are their bosses. I help them from time
oh,
to time with information.
you work for the horseman, right? Don't know.
It would be best that you don't say their names out loud too willy-nilly."
I didn't. I said the group's name.
So you must be the luck manipulator. That makes sense now, due to your idiocy.
Luck manipulation? No, I'm just good at what I do.
Don't try and make a fool of me. War already saw through your tricksy little powers beforehand. Speaking of
What?
which, if any of you require anything, it is best that you ask of me. If there is anything that you need me to know for your next mission, please let me know. You have at least another 24 to 32 hours before that you are expected to go and do one of the 2 different location-based missions. Please be expected to know this. You will have to do this due to the time restraints that we have currently got. However, you may do as you please within those next 32 hours.
Hmm. Well, I think we're gonna use this time wisely to build up on some skills for the next mission. I don't know about you lot, but I'm saying I'm gonna attempt to do some intel. If Remel will oblige me.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just I'm just thinking we need to floor plan. Well, we need a complete floor plan of this entire prison, so we know where we're targeting, where they're being held. I figured, maybe I could hack into their systems, maybe find something on their computer system, maybe find out a little bit more information.
I'm afraid that is impossible.
Well, how so? They got computers, right?
They do indeed, but there are no such thing as blueprints to the location. Pestilence had already informed me that no one from the outside world knows much about the outside or the inside of the actual facility. The only thing that you know is that it is a large building currently covered with a large amount of different objects that allow a specific amount of sensory capabilities. Radar, sonar, heartbeat sensors, thermal, all sorts of different things. They also have guards on the outside, but they don't have any particular guard towers because they don't need to. Almost entirely, it's imbued with technological advancements that allow the prison to be 100% defended. I'm afraid that the blueprints would be locked behind multiple firewalls. Even if you could break into them, there is no guarantee that you would not immediately be spotted or understand it, as they have their own specific signal of Wi-Fi.
Hmm. Surely there's some way in. I mean, every fortress has a weakness.
As a matter of fact, there is. Pestilence was telling me specifically one thing that they actually have done before. In his original escape, someone did aid him, someone who was on the outside who knew that he was in. However, sadly, he then got captured. Now, obviously, that is not really necessarily a good option, but there is a possibility of attacking it from a long-range distance. If you have a high enough range to be outside of the range of, well, just about any of its sensory capabilities, you might be able to attack it.
Or at least disable it enough so that we can get in close.
There are, however, confirmed to be at least 2 separate types of generators, as whenever the place actually is affected by large amounts of electrical storms, it at least has 2 different types of generators shielded by it. It is perhaps possible that you might be able to find where the closest one is. Sadly, you don't have your electric manipulator anymore, but you do have something that you didn't have before.
What was that?
Now that you have, well, her, as he looks
We
over
just
at
look at
Leia.
Leia.
It just kind of looks behind her as if, what do you mean by me? Looks behind her, then like points to yourself in confusion.
It is possible that you might be able to open it yourself. However, that is entirely possible that you also might fail.
Well, we ain't got no room for failure. So it's up to you.
I-
Up to you, Leia.
I won't fail.
See? Already up to a good start.
Due to what we completely understand, if the place does not go awry during certain electrical storms, and it is impossible for certain types of technopaths to be able to go in or out of it, that only means one thing. They have an Animon technology generator, which basically means that they have basic versions of the current battery that we have in our possession. They give off a smaller amount of power, and they do but have a larger, more difficult clunkiness to their design, but there's another particular problem with them. They can be overloaded with just like anything else. Since you have an Anemon energy user, it is possible that you could overcook the batteries. The generators might be knocked out temporarily. The power armors, however, will not be so easily swayed. They still have a decent capability of being able to take it, as they don't actually require to absorb energy from the outside. However, the Anemon generators, most of them are rather primitive, so you might be able to use her. That is all of my extent of the knowledge of it. That's what we know so far. However, this is rather outdated information, as again, the only information that we had was from a person who actually broke out of the prison. A lot must have changed within those last few years, so it's still possible. No. It is possible for one last thing that I should actually ask of you. Why is it that I find myself amidst a large amount of floating objects?
Best ask Talos that question.
We went shopping.
See, we went shopping.
Well, gear up, either way. I shall inform the Four Horsemen and see if there's any possibility of more information on the prison. It is still fairly unknown to most of us. The only way that you'd be able to know is if you got on the inside. So therefore, you're most likely going in blind. However, there is one thing that there is well to be known. The Zetamax prison does harbor a lot of different people, but the most dangerous people are actually locked up in certain locations. We do theorize that the most dangerous people would not be in the specific type of prison. On the highest floors, they have the least dangerous. The lowest floors, they have the most dangerous. They even have specific specialized cells for those who are far too dangerous due to either their special abilities, techniques, or powers. For instance, Pestilence was one of the most dangerous, so he was placed in his own holding cell. I was told that Herm, on the other hand, was placed in a very low technological cell, so he would possibly be in the middle, rather than the top or the bottom. That is all I know.
So we don't need to worry about completely annihilating the top floor.
Complete and total devastation of the place is not recommended, but if you do have to do so, please make sure that you do not kill the only person who would be able to do this exact mission correctly. We do need Herm alive, and it would be best that you, well, stuck to that. So, that piece of information and with the stuff bought, has anyone else got anything else that they wish to buy or not?
Well, I do want the number of this guy because he just seems like he knows how to party, and I'm something of a chemist. So I wonder if you could make more connections for the easily inebriated.
He gives you his number. He just gives it away without any regard as to why. It's like you just say, "Can I get your number for?" Yeah, sure.
Might just get some random salts and some agar jelly or something.
Okay. I'll say 10 stars.
Also, I forgot the glass containers I needed. Sorry, I forgot to
How many?
put that down. Like about let's say we have 20 glass containers, to hold it.
Okay. Okay. Let's say you said 20 glass containers, yeah?
Yeah.
How big
Yeah.
are these glass containers?
Enough to hold just sort of like the size of an index finger.
Okay. Like little vials.
Yeah.
Okay, vials. 20. I'd say 40 stars.
40 stars, brilliant. So 20 vials.
I
Yeah.
hope our prices aren't too low.
Oh, that's all good. Is it 20 vials?
So, Lucas, you've been given the money and you go down with your golden ticket.
Yep.
You get the suit ordered,
Mhm.
and she begins making it. She said that it will take a couple of hours to basically finish most of it. Due to the amount of time that normally it takes her to make them, due to her fair speed. So she said that it will be done before the end of the night.
Nice. Most likely, probably pick it up in the morning.
She is okay with that.
Nice.
And
I
you?
hand over the stars, and then I'm gonna go gamble.
Fair enough. Okay. I was going to say you've got a date. That
Yeah,
you
I've
go
got a
to.
date, but I also like to gamble.
So you go
So
to
I'm
the
gonna.
entertainment floor.
Yep.
Now I'm assuming that you guys have already stated that you guys will meet up somewhere at the end of the day, / at the end of the night. Should we say the entertainment floor?
Yeah, sure.
I would like to point
Yeah,
out
okay.
I have gone and got changed. I'm actually fully clothed again
Yes.
before I can gamble.
And so basically, wherever you guys want to be in the entertainment floor, you're absolutely welcome to it. There is a music lounge, there is a casino, there is just a basic pub, there is a couple of restaurants, and there's just a movie theater as well as an actual like just a genuine theater. There's all sorts of different things for you to go and do. Now obviously you Lucas, you've gone off to the main casino where you used to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask, what kind of gambling are you hoping to achieve?
Poker.
Poker. Okay. So, for the sake of this, I will say. Trying to think. I don't know how we could exactly do this in this other than maybe just some bluffing as well as some actual genuine luck.
Yeah.
So I guess each round you will choose how much that you bet each round and basically the amount of luck / charisma that you want to use.
Yep.
Blackjack would have been so much easier in this particular situation, but also poker you can't use charisma with. But okay, so first particular hand, I will obviously roll a specific. Pretty much, I will roll a specific roll, and then you have to choose which one that you want to use. So I'll just
Yep.
roll a d20. Okay, so 4. So you've got fairly good cards at the moment. You know that you could possibly win, and everyone else looks very nervous at this table. What would you like to use?
I'll throw 100 stars down.
Okay. So, what would you like to do? Would you like to charisma, or would you like to roll your... Would you like me to roll again?
I'll have you roll again.
Okay. So in this particular situation, if I have a higher roll, this will mean that it is good for you. Each time that I get higher rolls, it will mean better and better.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose the 100 stars as the cards don't come out the way that you need them to. They go back in,
Mhm.
deck is shuffled, and again begins the deal.
Yep.
You have some pretty okay cards. You're not entirely too sure as to whether or not you could win, but you also don't know how exactly everyone else is faring. Seems this round they have a bit more confidence in whatever they've got. Would you like me to roll, or would you like to charisma roll.
I'm going to charisma roll.
How much would you like to bet?
I'm betting 200 this time.
Okay. In this particular situation, you are trying to outroll this particular situation.
Yeah.
Can you beat a 16 with your charisma?
Should bloody well hope so. Is it just straight charisma, or can I use persuasion or deceit?
You can use persuasion or deceit. Just let me know which one you're using.
It will be deceit. To make it,
Okay.
I'm betting, but I'm.
Nice.
22.
There are currently, and I will roll this d4. One other person on this table, you get 400 stars. In other words, you just earned 200 stars. And you got your original 200 back. I'll say one more hand. So here we go. 13. An average sort of rough hand. You're not entirely sure, but at the same time, you don't want to let go of this winning streak. Due to this, everyone else looks roughly okay as well. Despite this, however, I will now say that there are 2 people in this particular hand. So in other words, whatever you put down, they will have to either match or basically stay at whatever they've got. People have so far decided to bet 100 stars each. You can either call that or try and double that. Or put whatever else you want. You can put
I'm going to
more.
start looking at my watch and acting like I need to be somewhere, because I probably do at this point. And so I'm just going to be like, oh shit, cool, and I'll raise the 1,000.
All of them just look like really freaking scared at this particular point. You can either roll charisma with advantage or you can use your powers of luck.
I'm going to use. I'm going to use. I will use my. What was the roll? 13. I'll use my persuasion to sort of like see if I can get them to look.
You want
I
to
did.
use persuasion to try and see if they can match your bet.
Yeah, I'm sort of like making it look like I've not got a great hand. I've just done it because I need to be out of the game and gone.
Okay. All right. Roll
So I probably
persuasion.
deceit.
Oh, okay. Roll deceit then.
They're the same, but
Okay.
that's a 19.
19. That does beat them. Okay, yeah. They'll raise, and I shall re-roll for this particular thing. Okay, 19. So, all of them have put in 1,000 each, so that means that the entire pot is now at around about 3,300 stars.
At the moment, it's going to look like I'm starting to like go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I'm like, and I'm going to go. Is it my turn? Is it just
It is your
reveal
turn.
cast time?
Yeah, it's reveal cards time, so it's up to you. Do you want to try and use your charisma to sort of just charisma your way out of it to the point that they fold, or do you want to roll your power / use your power to basically luck out?
Yeah, I'm just going to go. Oh well, let's do this. I'm going to put my cards down, and instead of rolling, I'm just going to go nat 20
Oh,
because I still
okay.
have one use of that left.
Ah, yes, nice, awesome. Okay, so you basically put them down, and all of them just like immediately just throw their cards onto the table. They had garbage, absolutely trash. Nothing that they had in their hands could have beaten your cards. And as that happened, they're just like, maybe one more game, and you're just sort of raking in
Yeah,
the chips. As you've now got
uh,
like
yeah.
3,300.
And literally, as soon as my cards went down, my demeanor changed. I was just like, "Sorry, lads, got to go. Got a hot date waiting now. You saw the fight, right? See you next time." And I'm just gonna go cash out and meet up for my date. So well, it was
Nice.
3,800. I just won.
Yes, in sum total, yes, from all those games.
Okay.
So you now meet up with Joanna.
Yep.
She, despite the fact that she had been dressed like in like basically like bandages and pretty much like short stuff just so that she could move around, she's actually like dressed fairly like in the best way that I could describe it is she's quite literally dressed in sort of like a suit, um, and like actual like trousers, but she's actually almost like as if she's on a like a business trip. She's also got like stiletto heels. And she looks really quite embarrassed while she's like waiting around at the bar for you.
I just sort of slide up to her. Bye. Evening. So, I've got several things planned. Ladies' choice. We can go to the theatre around here. We could stick in the casino. I've got a little flush of cash, and we can have a little fun on the tables. Or, if you want to, we could just go head down the bottom and watch a couple of fights. What do you think?
She just says, quite frankly, I'd like a drink.
Pony Rider, and I order whatever she wants. 2 of whatever she wants.
She basically orders like this really quite stiff drink known as slug sludge. It's a special type of kind of whiskey. And yeah, she like as you said, like I'll have one of those. In fact, no, double it. The guy just pours like 2 times the amount. As she just holds this glass. Aren't you going to have anything?
I'll have the same.
He pours the same, and it makes it a double. Basically, charges you like 20 stars for the 2 drinks.
Yep, that's fine.
She then says, "You know about the other 2 teammates of mine? They lost, and they've been excommunicated, and so have the others.
I had heard that. Yeah.
I should
But
have myself. I gave up on my duties to continue fighting, and yet I'm still here."
well, that's not so much you gave up. You took the better deal. I'd say that was a win. We both won out of this.
Roll charisma.
With straight charisma. Or-
You can add something to that if you'd like.
I'll go with persuasion.
Okay, yeah, roll persuasion. Lucas the Legend, indeed. What'd you get? Or have you not finished?
For some reason, my Discord just shut down for no
Oh,
reason.
okay. I was gonna say like usually
Oh,
it's me.
Discord.
It's a 21.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So she looks at you and she just goes, "I guess I was just lucky, but yeah. No, something good did actually come from this. I mean, Mercury's obviously currently bragging about how he completely destroyed his opponent, and at the moment, Leecher is just kind of happy that he didn't lose. But Nargard and I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't really care for most of them. Hazel, Isaac, but Nargard, I genuinely thought he would actually be able to be the one who would win. But that guy, Talos,
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah, I know. He's got some skills to him. He's just bought half a hardware store. Don't know why. But truth be told, something not really right about him. I think he's a bit weird in the head. He don't really get what we like. He said something about his creator. I don't know what that's all about, but To be honest, he's when he's floating, when he can make black holes and weird crap like that. That was a bit of a weird one. As for Mercury, he was just a bit of an asshole, really. Yeah, he got mismatched. He got put against someone who couldn't hurt him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to win a fight when the other guy's not got anything to fight with.
That's true, although a lot of people said the same thing about me when I first started wanting to be a champion. I'm a
Yeah,
human,
but
so I don't have any special powers. I train and I train, but I'll never be as strong as Nargod or as fast. I'll never have the ability to summon flame out of my breath or be able to manipulate gravity or shoot beams of pure energy. But still, I had something that they didn't. I actually had something that I actually could work to. And yet, when everything came to it, I still couldn't beat you.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
persuaded in giving up.
do you know? I can't do any of those things either. I mean, did you see me flying around the place or shooting lasers out my eyes or any of that? I can't do any of that stuff. I just got lucky. That's all. And sometimes that's all you've got. Tell the truth, though. I'm kind of glad you took the deal because I was starting to struggle a bit.
She smiles. She doesn't necessarily know whether or not you're actually, like, just giving her that or not, but she smiles regardless and just sort of says, "You know what? Let's go see something. Let's just do whatever. Irresponsibly drink and just see where the night takes us."
Drinking and gambling. Love your style. Another round and let's go to the tables.
And that is where we shall end this session.
Oh,
Oh, that's so sweet in a not so wholesome way, but so sweet.
Smooth operator.
Smooth operator. That was this session, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope the people who watched this enjoyed it as well. I apologize for swapping between chats. I keep forgetting that like it's recording the current chat that I'm on, so that was a bit annoying. But yeah, yes, thank you so much for joining. Yes, so Ben as Blitzcannon won't be returning for a while due to some stuff that he's got going on. But yes, when he comes back, he'll be able to rejoin again after the summer. Next session, we'll just pretty much have you guys starting in the way that we're gonna do it is we're gonna start it in the hideout. So it's gonna be about a day or so after. Either Lucas is going to have come from the tower to and then just start there, or he's going to have gone there already. And we'll go from there. See exactly how you guys wanna take stuff down. Do you want to, how exactly you want to get from where you are to theZetamax prison on the other side of the continent. Which obviously you know that there's a train. But obviously you do have quite a lot of different abilities that can get you from place to place. But we'll find out next time. I'm looking forward to seeing it, especially because like we actually got to see the last two fights, and obviously the next session is kind of like planning a heist. If you'd like, based on whether or not you're voting yes or no, we can also have it that you guys are actually already in Garrison, so that you actually get to plan it more closer to the actual location, rather than dragging your ankles around the city that is pretty much where you guys are wanted the most. Or maybe you want to start there. I don't mind. We'll probably take a vote on it and then go from there.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have a think.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, everyone who is watching this, and take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.